What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to go over the most savage Adventure Time moments. Number 10, Finn's sexual fantasies. In season 5 of Adventure Time, Magic Man leaves behind a mysterious unlabeled bag for Finn to find. This particular bag contains 10-year versions of all the civilians who inhabit Candy Kingdom, whom Finn starts to play with. Playing is a very good and preferred word here, as he begins to force these miniature versions of Ooze inhabitants to get involved. And when he says involved, he means that he wants the tiny beings to engage in strange sexual relationship with each other for his own amusement, or maybe other things. The little people spank, lick, and even make out with each other. Number 9, Finn's father. Every now and then, Finn gets along with his absent father, Martin Murdens. The phrase every now and then should be taken to mean like maybe once or twice. From pretty much the time that Finn finds his father in a maximum security prison, all the way up to the very point where Finn loses his own arm trying to save his old man, Murdens uses Finn about as hard as anyone could ever use anyone. Finn's father lies to him, he takes advantage of him, and then finally ditches him on Earth, and he plays the part of an all-around good-for-nothing father. Some of the darkest moments in Adventure Time arrived when Finn finally begins to face the reality that his dad is just kind of a really bad father, and he doesn't need Martin Murdens in his life to be happy. Finn makes the logical decision to let his estranged father remain estranged. Kids' cartoons really do get dark sometimes. Number 8, the Earl of Lemongrab and his clone. This moment gets dark really quickly. In one scene, Lemongrab and Lemongrab's clone, aka Lemongrab 2, are playing with their son Lemon Sweets, which is actually just a toy doll. Lemongrab 2 says that Lemon Sweets wants to go to sleep, while Lemongrab, the loonier, more sociopathic of the Lemongrabs, insists that Lemon Sweets actually wants to dance. He grabs Lemon Sweets, which once again he has described as his child, makes him dance, and he insists that the both of them hate Lemongrab 2. Lemongrab 2 becomes reasonably upset and tries to grab the toy away from his chin, causing Lemon Sweets to fall on the floor and shatter into a million pieces. Lemongrab does not handle this well at all. He bares his sharp, razor-like fangs, jumps onto Lemongrab 2, and literally devours him while his clone screams in agony. Number 7, Princess Cookie's suicide. Princess Cookie gets in a lot of trouble and ends up holding the civilians of Candy Kingdom hostage. He shares his feelings with Jake, who convinces him to just give up. But Princess Cookie has other plans in store. After explaining how sad he is because Princess Bubblegum laughed at his dreams of becoming a pretty princess, Jake feels empathy for Princess Cookie and tries to help him escape. However, the two of them run into a dead end. Standing on top of a cliff, Jake tries to stop him, but Princess Cookie purposely falls backwards off the cliff, dropping slowly through the air, eventually turning to face the ground to his impending crushing doom. Number 6, Princess Bubblegum vs. Candy People. Princess Bubblegum has a ruling seniority over the candy people who reside inside of her Candy Kingdom. As any fan of Adventure Time knows, Princess Bubblegum for the most part plays the part of a kind and gentle ruler, but she does tend to have her moments of sheer and violent cruelty. One specific scene that leaves many viewers in a disturbed state involves Princess Bubblegum playing with some of her candy people inside a sandbox. Except in this situation, playing is just putting it lightly. Princess Bubblegum proceeds to cut off the little legs of these poor things and puts those legs back in places they don't belong. This scene was actually so graphic that it was banned in the UK. The casual way in which she deforms her own subjects is just kind of weird to watch and disturbing. Number 5, A Dear Thing. The third season of Adventure Time introduces to the viewers one of the eeriest characters in the history of the show, Stag, otherwise known as Freak Deer. This particularly strange deer prances around the Candy Kingdom licking the residents for their sugar, and even happens to defeat Finn and Jake in a fight that breaks out earlier in the season. The deer begins to kidnap candy people and sticks them to the walls of his sewer hideouts. In one particular dark moment, he pulls off his hooves to reveal human-like hands and an ability to stand only on 2 legs, which he does for his final showdown with the show's protagonist. Number 4, Lady Rainicorn's cannibal parents. Adventure Time contains some very unique characters such as Lady Rainicorn, even weirder her parents. Why? Rainicorns kind of enjoy the taste of human flesh, and it might even be the reason for their lack of presence, and ooh, In one scene, Lady Rainicorn's parents freak out when they think Jake gives them permission to eat Finn, a notion Finn does not quite agree with. They apologize, although at a picnic, Lady Rainicorn, her parents, BMO, Jake, and Finn are all gathered around a table where everyone except Finn happily munches on soy people. And while everybody digs in, Finn decides to take a bite and actually kind of likes it. Number 3, the Lemongrabs Oregon Dungeon. Finn and Jake's mission here is to deliver food to the Lemon Kingdom, which is going through a time of starvation. When they arrive, the Lemongrabs lead them into a lemon dungeon, which is actually made out of gigantic breathing lemon presents called Lemon John. After being separated, Finn and Jake investigate the dungeon for the Lemongrabs and find that the rooms of the dungeon not only contain villagers who have been sentenced to the dungeon, but also organs of Lemon John. The Lemongrabs have been changing all the food and lemon children, starving themselves and their kingdom to raise the population of their family. They show this to Finn and Jake, turning the food into a living creature, which immediately pukes. This is definitely one of those moments on Adventure Time that the audience would like to forget. Number 2, the burning of Finn's helpless town. Things get very weird in Season 5. Finn walks into an alternate universe where his family and town still exist, and Jake is just seen as a typical everyday non-talking pet dog. This is what Finn's life would look like if the mushroom bomb had never exploded. And this is also what his town would look like if it weren't set on fire. And this is also what Finn's family would look like if they weren't burned to death. The local criminals and the Destiny gang shout, "Destiny, Destiny," while burning Finn's defenseless family and village to the ground. Things work out alright though when Finn eventually finds his way back to Ooh and his normal timeline, but this definitely stands out as a dark period in the show's existence. And number 1, the Fruit Witches. There's something just a little off about the fruit products that the Fruit Witches keep on urging Finn and Jake to eat in Season 3. It becomes pretty apparent why they wanted them to eat the fruit after Jake persuades a Fruit Witch to bite down on an apple and she turns into a human-sized apple herself. The other Fruit Witches gobble her up in a pile of mutilated bones and apple guts. This may just be the most violent scene in all of Adventure Time, which was truly disgusting. And that is it for the video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Valenplana, and I'll see you all later.